The Danville United Methodist Church has held its 97th annual game supper. The supper hasn't changed much, but what has changed is the variety of food and people. Bear, venison, and chicken were available along with fresh vegetables. This is for all people and mostly for people who enjoy eating game. One man has been involved with this since 1978 and grew up right across the street from the church.
Our job is to feed them well, have them go away happy and full, and that usually means they'll come back again.
Toby says he likes preparing all the food and having all these people come in each year.
Bandstand Park in Lyndonville will be getting a makeover for the November Art Walk. The Board of Trustees for the town of Lyndonville passed a request from the Downtown Revitalization Group, enabling them to create a white rock maze in the park. The hope is that this will draw some attention away from the exhibits that are on Depot Street and give kids a fun activity to enjoy during the Art Walk.
Additionally to the Art Walk itself, the park being kind of independent of Depot Street, I think just regular park users will find that an attraction worth going to.
The maze will not become a permanent attraction for Bandstand Park. Once the Art Walk has concluded, the maze will be removed from the park.
The rules have changed once again for Megabucks. The Vermont Lottery announced that the ticket price for the game Megabucks will now be $2 instead of $1. Now, there is more incentive to buy tickets because chances of winning the second grand prize of $1 million are much higher. This is due to the first 5 number choices, which is associated with the second grand prize, being out of 70 instead of 75. Local store clerks think that the new rules will promote even better business for themselves and even better luck for their customers.
But I don't think you're going to see a change. You're going to see the same people, same faces. I don't think it'll hurt us at all.
Arnold Park, located in St. Johnsbury, is undergoing renovations this week. Although the park has seen recent renovations as of the last year, due to a lack of funding, the town was not able to complete their projects for the area. Thanks to private funding spearheaded by Lambert Packard, the architect in charge of zoning for the project, the park will be receiving a new walkway and improved lighting arrangements.
He's approached me about it a few years back. I didn't have funds within the budget for it, so he raised funds himself, and he personally contributed quite a lot of money and time into getting this to the point where we can have the gravel pathway reinstalled in accordance with the original design.
The construction is expected to be finished by the end of this week.
Northeast Kingdom Community Action, in partnership with the New England Flag Football Association, held the 5th annual Hunger Bowl at the Linden Town School over the weekend to benefit the NECA food shelf. News 7's Josh Carrillo was there and has more.
The 5th annual Hunger Bowl held on the fields at Linden Town School was about more than just competitions and touchdowns. It was all for a great cause. The New England Flag Football Association, in conjunction with Northeast Kingdom Community Action, helps build funds and food supplies for those who are less fortunate.
You know, we see over 1,200 people a month at the food shelf, so it really helps provide the extras like protein, meat, and vegetables for these families who that may go hungry otherwise.
Vaughn Cloney, co-founder of the event, did not anticipate a rise in community involvement when he started the event with just 4 teams at Linden Institute 5 years ago. Now the tournament has more than 10 teams, and Cloney has faith that the event will continue on.
The community is well involved and they're willing to help the community, which we all see, you know, being in the community, we see the need out there, and hopefully someday we ourselves don't have to be there, but if we are, at least we know that we have something like this that helps and assists.
Players and fans alike enjoy playing and watching the games throughout the day, and all know that they are participating in something bigger than football.
Even if you take a loss in the first game or two, you know, you have 2 more coming up after that, so it's just good to be out here with everybody and playing.
Josh Carrillo, News 7, Linden.
NEKCA was hoping to raise funds over $3,000 for the food shelf.
Dr. Starman found Linden Institute all the way from Slovenia.
We started researching and one school and the other, and we have compared them, and this one was like the best middle ground.
He wanted to improve his biking skills and further his education, so he decided Linden was the school for him.
You know, it had the chance for me to develop my mountain bike skills and a chance so I can go to college and be successful in my next years.
When Yaka arrived to Lindenville, he was welcomed by a friendly face.
One of the admissions guys, Mr. Vanderlyn, said that he had a student visiting who was a mountain biker and riding the trails that day, and just kind of ended up happening that we got to go out on a ride.
They like to hang out on the trails and always seem to have a good time.
What? Super trials, that was dope. And we all went out with a bunch of other kids. We went out with the rest of the team and rode some pretty fun trails, and it was a good ride.
They've only known each other for 6 months, but have developed a great friendship. Matt Trito, News 7, Lindenville.
Saturday marked the 113th playing of the Linden Institute St. Johnsbury Academy football game. But as News 7's Andrew Clark tells us, football was not the only thing being celebrated.
Celebrating more than football during the LI St. Johnsbury game. Before the game on Saturday, the St. Johnsbury Academy headmaster was given a gift from Linden Institute.
Total surprise, really classy, beautiful gift, and a real testament to the spirit between the two schools. Rivals, but still a very friendly rivalry.
Linden Institute's headmaster Twyla Dawn Perry says the gift unites the two communities.
We thought it would be appropriate to give them a lasting gift to commemorate this event.
And at halftime of the game, the Vikings celebrated the 20th anniversary of the 1997 Vikings state championship team.
20 years ago, we won our last state championship. They were outstanding, just a great group, and it was wonderful to have the opportunity to honor them at halftime.
Wheeler also says the game is just the climax of a special week. Andrew Clark, News 7, Lindenville. Lindenville Fire Department held their weekly training session, but firefighters were put into a tight spot. News 7's Matt Trito has the story.
During this training session, firefighters were going over how to wiggle their way through wires in a tight space and also being prepared for any challenge put in front of them.
Guys are here every Thursday night at 6 o'clock doing some kind of training, whether it's pumping, fire extrication of vehicles, hazardous materials, any of the incidents we might encounter, we're going to be training on them throughout the entire year.
This may look uncomfortable for them, but it benefits the firefighters significantly.
The confined space training, which is it's a small box with a bunch of wires in it, and it's meant to replicate what would happen if you're in a building where there's wires that you could get caught in, or a small space you can get stuck in.
While these firefighters train, they also take a trip back to the classroom.
All the guys you see here today have completed either level 1 or level 2, or are in process of completing those classes. Those are approximately 180-hour course. So it's like a semester-long college class.
But one firefighter in the group is actually a full-time college student who wanted to experience the department's workouts and ended up liking everything about being a firefighter.
I actually joined first because I heard about the workouts that we did here, so I joined for that. And then after that, I got into it, and I ended up really liking it. It's not that bad. Some nights you don't get as much sleep as you'd like, but it's worth it.
Matt Trito, News 7, Lindenville.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Clark.
And I'm Kieran Brisson. Winter has unofficially started here in the Northeast Kingdom as Burke Mountain sets to open its slopes to the public tomorrow.
Today, it was all about the pass holders and making sure the trails and lifts are ready to go. News 7's Matt Trito is at the mountain tonight with a look at how things went today. Matt.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm currently here at the Burke Mountain Mid-Lodge, where all has been quiet tonight, but earlier today, all season pass holders got to experience the trails a day earlier than the general public. Now, the official opening of the mount is tomorrow, and mountain officials said that this is the earliest they've opened in over a decade. The lifts were going for the first time in a 2017-2018 season today, as Burke Mountain opened for its season pass holders and staff. Tomorrow, the general public will get their turn, and the mountain says it's all systems go.
We're excited to be ready to go, and this is what we build for starting at the end of last winter. We're getting ready for this winter, so it's great to actually have snow falling and open for skiers.
Open for skiers with new ways to give them a better experience.
It's about change. This year we have some great new snowmaking improvements that are helping us get more snow on the mountain sooner, and the new T-bar, which is a new piece of equipment that will get skiers up our training hill and up to some new trails faster.
Season pass holders took advantage of the day they got to themselves.
They did a wonderful job today. Yeah, I mean, they laid out a really nice trail system to get top to bottom. They produce a really good product here, I think, anyway, and I'm very satisfied with it, very satisfied.
There were 4 trails open for all the skiers today, and tomorrow the mountain will open up the doors to the public starting at 9 a.m. For News 7, I'm Matt Trudeau, live at Burke Mountain. Back to you.
Matt, prepping. Catamount Arts has been holding a piping and drumming session every Thursday for the past 2 weeks. News 7's Matt Trudeau has the story.
Brian Horble has been drumming since he was 10 years old, and after a while, he decided to try the unusual.
I never really thought of it before, because it's not really a mainstream thing. Now, pipe bands, bagpipe bands, aren't really a everyday occurrence in many places of the United States.
He loves to teach this type of drumming to kids and adults, and especially likes seeing their skill grow as well as their passion.
A little more, right there. Good, you already have the technique. I find it to be a challenge and very relaxing, and to see, I'll say, the new generation kind of come into it and be able to say, okay, look, this is something they really enjoy on their own level in their own space, but also it's a heritage.
Brian stepped out of his comfort zone by trying to tackle the bagpipe, and it was quite the experience for him.
It's a whole nother animal to me. When I look at the bagpipes, it's so foreign to me. I could play a drum kit, that makes sense to me. I could understand where all the symbols in that are, but when it comes to the octopus instrument, I have no idea.
Matt Trudeau, News 7, St. Johnsbury.
These sessions will continue until the end of the month.